Hey, I'm Trey Rynch, and this is my friend
Joseph Coatney.
And welcome to another episode of Rennie and Doc, your favorite news show, brought to you by me and him.
Mostly him.
Rennie and Doc. See,
Mostly
that's what the show is. And hey, Joe, why am I pissed off?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, here's the thing. 2 days ago, I don't know if you were there. I think you were there. I have film proof that you were part of this. We filmed a whole show.
A whole show.
What happened to that show, Joe?
The computer crashed and we lost it.
I remember now. Gosh darn, how could I forget such a thing? Well, it's fun to take a whole night. We took what? 2 hours?
Probably.
We're busy guys.
Yeah.
To take a night, to schedule a thing. We're both nearly 40, and I have a kid. You have a wife. To schedule around work and all that crap, and then to take a night, we set it all up. We got these stupid cameras. Hey. And, you perform, you do your thing, you banter, you do witty, snappy quips, as Arnold would say.
Does he say that?
I don't know if he says that, but in my brain I hear him saying it.
Yeah.
And that's what he does in his movies, so
That's true.
I count it. To have all that crash down in burning glory. It's all so funny. But here we are again 2 days later to try this shindig again. And then 2 less days that I have to cut this thing into a...
I know, that was what was concerning me.
Which is, it's not that big a deal. I don't have a lot to do. But here we are anyways. We're happy to be here. And we did talk about an interesting topic. But before we get to that, I did want to tell you, and I don't think you know about this because I just learned about it, and I thought we could watch something. Carl Weathers died today.
I heard.
You saw that?
Yeah, it's sad.
So I thought in memoriam, we could watch my favorite little scene with Carl Weathers, and this is from a movie called
Happy Gilmore.
Predator. It's the quintessential masculine moment, I think.
You son of a bitch.
Classic.
It's such an iconic shot.
What's the matter?
Pushing too
The
many
CIA
pencils.
got you pushing too many pencils?
How could you not like an Arnold movie? Because he doesn't take himself too seriously. I know
No.
he takes his real life really seriously. I don't know if
Yeah.
you never saw that documentary, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I could.
that guy is such a hard worker. Like
Yeah.
he constantly just go-getter. He was in real estate. He couldn't speak English. He wasn't always muscular.
Yeah.
He made himself. He built himself into that body.
It's crazy.
And became a governor.
If I had this much of that drive, I could really.
Well, you
be
have the drive. You
mediocre.
just can't aim it.
Yeah.
It's like you have
true.
10 guns. You
That's
just
true.
hit the target. You're like, well,
It's like if Arnold just worked out one arm, but he learned how to juggle with the other one. And
that's true. No, that was a great documentary. I wouldn't mind seeing that again.
I wouldn't mind watching it.
But enough about Arnold. What we really wanted to get into, and if this was Wednesday when we recorded the first one, I would have said, "Hey Joe, did you hear that yesterday, which would be Tuesday, today's Friday, they installed the first." Of course, you already know.
Well, I know now since
You know now, but when I told you at first, you were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Just take my take my word for it. He was very surprised, and it was a great time. Anyways, Elon Musk. What?
it just seems so sci-fi. You know, when I
It
grew
is
up
sci-fi.
watching
That's
sci-fi,
why it seems that
and
way.
you watch those movies where like RoboCop and stuff where they put it, and you go, "Oh, that's cool," but that'll never happen.
Yeah.
And it's just fantasy.
Have you seen the? We were talking about Neuralink, but have you seen the androids that also Elon Musk made?
Yes.
There's the Terminator.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Only a matter of time.
all the things that you really liked growing up will be your doom.
That's
And
true.
that's how you're going to die. Anyways, so yeah, Elon Musk installed the first... this is a news podcast. That's what it is.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
breaking news. War in the Middle East. So... that worries me a lot for many
it does
different
me too.
reasons. Actually,
Terrifying.
let's see how professional I am.
Look at you.
Damn it!
You got the computer and everything.
What am I, some kind of producer? And the talent. So he said he could make I mean, he was on Rogan 2 years ago, and this is when I first heard about it. And he said he would like to be able, for people to be able to talk without talking, and that's what really makes me nervous.
That is not
I don't
cool.
want to know what you think about me.
Yeah.
I want to know what you tell me you think about me.
Yeah.
You may hate me, Joe. I don't want other people to know how much I hate them.
You could ruin your career and relationships just by somebody going, "What do you think of my new shoes?"
How about let's say I get a date one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you and we're on a date. I see another attractive woman. My animal brain goes, "Nice butt." Mm-hmm. Now she knows. And then the date's over. We can't get to the fries. Mm-hmm. And I love fries, Joe.
I do
it's
too.
one of my favorite things. But there's positives to this thing. Positives and negatives, pros and cons to everything. This can help people, he says, communicate. Like, right, it says, imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than the speed.
Yeah.
Because, I don't
he
know
had
if
to
you know
manually, with his eyes.
He had to pre-write out with his eyes before he even did like speeches and stuff.
I saw, because you see him in interviews and stuff, and it's edited. But then I did watch a documentary that showed the real time between question and answer, and it was.
Have you seen those work? My cousin actually has one of those. He has ALS, so he can speak a little bit, but not much. But you can watch it, and I don't know how it works, but something, and it's very, but. And you can imagine how frustrating that would be to carry on a conversation with, let's say, if you're doing a speech in front of 1,000 people.
I just write it the day before.
Well, that's what he did, Joe. You're as smart as Stephen Hawking. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, but it's exciting to think that maybe, like you said,
If you could
blind
fix
people
motor
see
issues.
Yeah, but just to have it.
Well, I may have said this before, can't remember. It was 2 days ago, but I bet that most people, once this is like a big widespread thing, most people, at least 60% of
sadly,
people,
yes,
at least in the West. I don't know about
people with lower IQs,
or a lot of people in China might get it. I don't know. Then they'd hack into the system because they're all communists and stuff like that. But it makes me nervous, and it that segues nicely into the simulation.
Yes.
The simulation, I think that's exactly what it leads into. If you can jack in, let's say you got your Neuralink here. I don't even know where it is. I think it's in the cerebellum. I don't know where that is. It's somewhere in the brain. I know that. I know that.
In the head, it's some
I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I gave that up. But if you could jack yourself into some sort of a simulated life, and we've discussed this multiple times now.
We have.
On not even just the show, but in real life, where we discuss things. And
most people don't do that.
We had a differing opinion, and I said that I could see a time and a place where I could pick a simulation.
Yeah.
Because the argument being, if your life, how bad or how hard does your life have to get for you to go, I've had it.
Yeah.
Plug me in, baby. I mean, that line's going to be different for everybody.
I would have to probably just about have to be in Stephen Hawking's position.
I don't know. He was pretty happy going to those islands and seeing those things that he saw.
That's what I hear.
He had his fun. I wouldn't suggest doing that. Quite evil, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea. I think we talked about it. It would be different if it was a short-term thing, and it definitely makes it different if it's a permanent thing.
And if because we compared it to video games, I'll come home after work and play video games and just escape for a while. But
right,
if I was getting in that sense, it'd be like the holodeck, I guess, on Star Trek, because I'm a nerd. Do you remember the holodeck?
The second generation?
Yeah.
Next generation.
Is that
what it's called?
Yeah, it's called the Next Generation, yeah.
All right. Well,
and they had
why are you giving it to me crap?
They had a room that would make
Why are you giving it to me crap? I don't know why I said it the other way.
It would project holograms, and you could run programs, and you could go to medieval times or whatever you want to do.
But I think I like that idea, That reminds me of that Ready Player One. Did you see that movie?
Looked like a gimmick.
It was fine. It was gimmicky.
It looked like an advertisement to Universal
everything?
Studios.
It's like, watch everything. But I like that idea, but at the same time, I think another argument against that would be the addiction quality to it. And
Oh, I'm sure there'd be a lot of people, yeah.
right.
Especially like you said, if you were...
I mean, especially if you're getting that dopamine hit all the time, and
Yeah.
depending on how it's set up in the simulation, if it was all great things that you loved, and it's just, and then you dull, like
Yeah.
every dopamine hit dulls every time. Then you chase the hit, and that's the addiction, and then consequence in the face of negative, but continued use in the face of negative consequences. That's the definition, I think, of addiction. I think that would definitely qualify because...
Oh, yeah. Because your real life would suffer.
Right. It's just...
You're not doing your laundry. You're not cleaning your dishes.
It's, yeah, you wouldn't want to do those things suck anyways. Get your maid to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You pay a maid. But no, I'm afraid... I would like to think that I would not... I would say no, but it is alluring. Like you have this thing where you can plug in, everything is just great, especially if your life sucks.
Yeah.
Or let's say you're just alone, you have nothing. Let's say you lost a limb in Nam.
Yeah.
You plug in, you got the limb back, and then you get your girlfriend. Which leads me to the next thing, Joe. AI girlfriends.
You know, my brother was telling me about that, and I was laughing, and I didn't think it was a real thing.
Joe,
And
this is an AI image.
that's crazy.
That thing can talk to you and tell you how much it loves you. I think it's probably through text, but I bet they have a voice thing.
That's freaking weird.
This is a AI model that was, I think, makes like 30 grand. I can't remember what it was. 30 grand to like a year, a month. I think it's a month. Oh yeah, monthly. 30 grand from subscribers.
Oh, wow.
Of lonely
What the-
dudes saying, I have nobody, and this is my outlet for having and feeling like somebody wants me.
That's massively bizarre.
It's depressing,
It is.
but makes a lot of sense. A lot of lonely guys.
You know, I thought it was weird enough when guys were doing that with real girls.
What do you
Like,
mean? Oh,
what-
paying the
yeah.
chat things?
And which is also something I didn't know about until my brother told me about it. I need to talk to him.
He tells you a lot of stuff.
But that's weird enough. But at least I can see the false sense of like, oh, if I send her money, maybe. Like that little bitty maybe in the back of your head. But this, they know.
Joe, you're selling the human mind short. You can convince your brain of so much. It's sickening.
That's weird.
Consider this. I'm the Twilight Zone guy.
Yeah.
Consider this. Consider a world where a man is so lonely he's given up hope on all things. Nobody likes him.
Yeah.
Very unattractive. Maybe has a weight issue. He has a glandular problem. Maybe he has some sort of physical ailment. Can't walk.
Maybe he lost his
In a wheelchair.
leg in Nam.
What are his... I hate to be mean. I don't mean if there's somebody out there. Good luck to you. But what kind of future possibility could he have when you could pay, I don't know how much it costs, $10 a month to have somebody that looks like this, at least in your brain,
Yeah.
that they're talking to you, that they love you, that they want you. It's a...
I
could
don't get
see
it,
the
though.
allure, especially if your brain, the brain can get fractured,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take much to fracture the psyche. I think. Consider solitude.
Yeah.
Like when they go in for a week, they're not the same. That's I don't think they even allow it in a lot of places to be that long.
Yeah.
And that's just being alone. That's not even nothing, like they're not lashing you or...
Oh, I know.
So.
Sadly, I watched a documentary a couple of years back about this girl that was... I think... Well, no, there was two I watched, and I watched one this year, and there was this family that they were really religious, and they had a lot of kids, and they literally wouldn't let them out of the house. and one of them escaped, and I think she was like 17 to 20-ish. And once she got out, though, she didn't have a plan, so she only went like a block.
Oh boy!
And she had.
Did anybody else know about it, like the neighbors?
No. And she had gotten a cell phone from her mom, I think, and got out with it.
Oh, stole the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, her mom gave her a cell phone, but locked her in the house?
And luckily, she called the police, and they were like, where are you, and all this stuff. And she didn't know because she'd never been out of the house.
Right.
And when the police came, he was asking her really common questions like, do you go to school? And she didn't even know what that was. All this, like, and they were like little kids in their brain.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just and that's not even solitude. That's
right.
With siblings, and they some of the sisters worked together to try to get out.
Yeah.
And the other ones were too scared. And just seeing what that did to those kids, it's amazing. I know it's not exactly what you're talking about.
No, but
it's just,
no, it goes in line. You fracture the psyche.
Yeah.
You can, what do they call it? Retard the growing of the brain and the mental capacity. No, that's a real thing.
It is.
But maybe Elon Musk can fix it with his new and improved Neuralink.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't know. That's freaking weird. AI is weird. I don't want to be alive right now.
You will be. Well, I can kill you.
Well,
if you'd like. I only charge a small fee.
I just never. It's like nothing.
Well, you would have never
known. And then
known.
It just happened.
Like we started the episode. This is Terminator. This is
that's
like
true.
What we grew up and you go, oh, that's a funny joke.
Yeah.
And
now they do
not
have
a joke anymore.
Like the Amazon robots and stuff that.
Yeah.
They're not like they used to be stuck on a little thing.
Huh?
You know, like car factories, they had those little arms and stuff.
They're not like that?
No, they walk around. They're bipedal.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Just kill it.
Oh, one.
Kill it.
Did you read about the guy that got stabbed by one?
No.
It thought he was a
Sorry,
box.
YouTube.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it matters.
The
I
robot
think they just demonetize you, but we're not monetized, so it doesn't matter.
The robot thought he was a box, and
existential crisis.
I didn't get to see any footage or something, but he said he had. This is the man's back. This is the robot's arm.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a force.
Yeah.
Full force gale. Wow.
It thought it was a box. I don't know how that works, and I don't know how they know.
How do I not hear about this story? How did they not get sued for that? Surely they got sued.
Oh, yeah.
They probably settled.
That guy's probably retired now.
You mean the dead guy? he's retired from life is what he's done.
I don't think he died.
I'd want to die.
I would too. That's terrifying. But that's Terminator too, right?
Grandpa, tell me about the story about when you got stabbed by the robot.
Back then, the programming wasn't up to code, and they thought I was a box.
Yeah. We fixed all the problems now.
That looks like a Pip-Boy. Little TV in that advertisement.
It does. I like this setup now. I feel like we're like a professional thing. And what's funny is that nobody sees it except for us.
It's a shame we're AI generated.
I know.
But that's interesting, though. I had no idea. I've been married for many moons. So what's going on in the
let me drill down
world.
here. It's funny you should say that. It's almost like we planned it, but we didn't. This is an old story. Okay. They did a survey on one of the dating sites. I think it was what the hell was it? It was probably on here. Nevertheless,
that's some picture they picked for this story.
Yeah, that guy's he's having a good time walking up that mountain, just like you do in dating. You walk alone up a mountain. That's what they're saying. So I don't. It came out. I saw it 2 years ago. So women say 80% of men are below average. I think this is probably. I don't know if it's just dating apps or what. But it's a war zone out there, and I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in the trenches. I'm in trench warfare here. I got gangrene.
But so that means that 80% of women on those sites think that they're at least good looking or great themselves.
Now, well, let me say something. I think it was Jordan Peterson that talked about this before. Women on dating apps, and this is not me, this is people, said this. And I listen to smart people, and then I repeat what they say to make myself seem smart.
Yeah.
So women on dating apps seem to have an inflated idea of their self-worth.
Yeah.
Because men will always swipe right. Swiping right is yes.
Okay.
Men will typically swipe right on, let's say, a woman that he deems 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, moderately attractive. Middle of the road.
Yeah.
I'm not making any judgments on women. Don't be a pain. All right. But women, so if you're a moderately looking woman, you will get plenty of likes.
Yeah.
Okay. Women are more picky. Biologically makes sense.
Yeah.
You can only get pregnant once every year?
Probably.
I guess. After, 9 months and then
Yeah.
the afterbirth. But I could if I went out,
Yeah.
I could potentially get on a good week. No, but you can spread seed far and wide.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really affect you. So
Yeah.
women have to be, biologically makes sense that they have to be more choosy. So they typically swipe yes
Yeah.
on the top 2, 3, 4, 5% of guys, like the best guys.
Yeah.
And then all the other plebes get the no-go. We're the 80%.
Well, that's true, I'm sure. But I think we've talked about this before, that a lot of what men have going for them in the dating community is personality.
And let me tell you about that.
And you
cannot convey personality.
You can't.
Nope.
You can't.
Men have a problem with having the appearance of low worth on dating sites. You get a few pictures, you get about a paragraph, and that's it. And most guys don't take good pictures. Now, I've gotten better
Yeah.
because I know how to produce things.
Yeah.
But most guys don't have that ability. They say don't take a selfie like down here, and they take it there on the couch, and
I could see that.
but not all of them. This says, and I believe this. I mean, it was a poll,
I do too.
so it may differ certain percentages, but no, it makes sense. It makes biological sense. It makes logical sense. I don't like it,
Yeah.
but that's the problem with dating apps. It's not the same in real life, but guess what? Everybody's got a big social phobia, and nobody wants to go talk to people.
Yeah.
And I got it too.
Yeah.
But I can, but
Yeah.
it takes a little bit of
I
oomph. And also, where do I go? You got to go
I
out
know.
to the
You almost
go to the
would
bar?
have to
I don't
meet
go to the bar.
somebody at your work or something almost.
at work maybe. But
Well, yeah.
it's not good. It sucks. And dating apps seem to be the biggest place where people meet, and that's probably the worst. It's probably
Yeah.
the worst way.
Everybody that
Imagine
I've
if
known,
you did that with your wife.
I don't think it would
You
have.
may not even have met.
I know.
What a weird world. But it's ugly. Can't help it. It's what it is. Isn't it depressing? It's
I
depressing.
feel bad for single guys.
Well, we do take donations. We have a group that meets every Thursday. We sit around feeling sorry for ourselves. And,
Yeah.
and we eat donuts. We drink coffee. We talk about who we didn't match with that week.
Yeah. I didn't match with her either.
I saw her. But
It's weird times. But I don't know. It's so.
well said, Joe. And on
I
that
had
note,
a thought and it went away.
on that note, I think we finally did it.
The computer's still on. That's a good
It's
thing.
everything's still going. People don't know that we're running on a shoestring here, which we always have,
Yeah.
and we probably always will. And so, if you made it this far, I hope you were entertained. We got a few more. Hopefully, the cameras work this time, and hopefully, the shots work. Pray for me, and we will see you next time on Rennie and Doc.